You're watching CES Live, powered by Ustream.tv, the most powerful way to stream live video, and by NewTek, makers of the TriCaster family of broadcast and streaming systems. And now, CES Live.
Hey guys, welcome back to our continuing coverage of CES 2014 from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm John P.
And I'm Daniel Rubino from Windows Phone Central.
We've got a lot of exciting guests today.
Yes, we do. Very excited about this guest.
Well, you know, for those, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of photography fans out there.
Sure.
And sometimes people like to take sides.
It's true.
I'm not one of them. But if you are one of those people who likes to take sides with Nikon, you're going to be very excited. We've already got people.
We got a few fans here.
We're very excited because we've got Zurab here with new Nikon cameras.
That's right. First of all, thank you, John, for having me here. We're indeed very excited to be here at CES 2014, and we've been participating every year since it's been absorbed, since PMA has been absorbed by CES, and we've been using it as a platform to announce many new exciting products. This year is no exception at all, and we have a whole lot of new products. Too many to even cover in this interview.
Always a good problem to have.
Yeah.
But you brought a couple with you.
Yeah, I brought a couple, just not to overload you with all of them.
Let me just make the comment that I love Nikon, I love Canon. There's different pieces of each brand that I love. There's one particular Nikon that I have just an absolute love affair with. It's actually the now the 7800,
yep.
the P7000 and up, but now the P7800. I love that little pocket-sized camera.
Yep.
I think if I could only own a single camera,
that'd be it.
That's the one.
Excellent
and it
choice.
Is a Nikon.
And you're not the only one in loving this camera.
It's a great one.
It's a popular camera, and for a good reason.
Yeah, many good reasons.
Many good reasons,
yeah.
That's right.
So you've got a couple of other ones here. That one looks like a little DSLR
That's
to me.
correct.
And then that looks kind of an all-in-one.
It looks like a bridge camera.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Let's chat about them. What have you got?
Okay, well, first of all, these are not the only products. We actually launched a whole bunch of them. From Coolpix range, which is our compact camera range, we launched 9 cameras, a little bit for everyone.
9 new cameras?
Correct.
Wow.
And that's, from very entry, low budget cameras up to bridge cameras and high functionality cameras. We have also launched the entry-level, very popular line, D3300 DSLR, and that comes with a brand new 1855 kit lens, probably our most popular lens in sales. But we didn't stop there. We're also announcing another new lens, 35 1.8, which is an enthusiast lens. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm a glass collector.
And me as a lens product manager, it's one of the most exciting products that I brought. And apart from that, we're also making a development announcement of our flagship D4S camera.
Oh,
so there's a little bit for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know we don't have a D4S here.
No, unfortunately not yet.
But what can you tell us about what's coming in the D4S? For those who let's explain the D4. That body is the big Pro.
Correct, yeah.
I mean, like, this is the one that pros take out and shoot.
Right,
correct. And that's pretty much where it goes.
Yeah.
Wars and sports arenas.
Sports,
that's it, playground
battles.
Of the camera. Yeah.
So what kind of stuff is coming new on that one?
There is going to be many improvements in D4S, but as we're developing the cameras, we don't want to disclose too much information until we're sure that everything works as we want it to work. So,
fair enough.
But there are 2 things I can tell you.
Okay.
There will be an improvement in image processing engine.
Okay.
That means that everyone can expect much better image quality. And I think knowing what the image quality D4 provides already it will just blow your mind.
Okay.
That's one thing. Another thing that we will see is improvement in autofocus system.
Okay.
It's going to be really exciting.
Okay.
You will just wait and see. But as autofocus is very important for our sports photographers, which
it's got to be fast.
Yeah.
Right.
And not only fast, there are many other things.
Sure. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Excellent. So let's talk about the ones we do have here right in front of us.
I mean, as I said, we have 9 Coolpix cameras, so I'm not going to discriminate. I just grabbed the first one that was at hand. I mean, various improvements in specs. Obviously, there's improvements in specs, there's improvements in lenses, in zoom ratio, etc., etc. But not to overload you with the information, everybody can find it in the websites. I will just tell you some key features that are really new to Coolpix range. One of the things that we've done is we have improved digital zoom. As you know, digital zoom was not really considered to be a serious feature. It was kind of like cutting corners. Not anymore. We now have something called digital fine zoom. What that means that digital zoom all of a sudden became useful because while you are transitioning from optical to digital, the camera kicks in a smart algorithm where it starts locally adjusting contrast and noise. So not across the image, but separating highlight, shadows, different colors, etc. So you get excellent final image quality without the need to crop in post-production.
Interesting.
Another thing that we've done, because imagine this camera has a native 34 times zoom.
Yeah, I was going to say, with that particular one, why would you ever need to get into digital zoom? You know, that thing's got a huge zoom lens on it, right?
Yeah, well, some people like to get as close as possible without walking. They just want to get across the river and take a portrait of somebody on that side. Now you can do that, but the problem becomes a camera shake because at the 1,000+ millimeters, a touch of a shutter button will change your framing. So what we've done is now we have something called hybrid VR. You know we've had VR for ages, and we had optical VR. But now we have hybrid, which combines optical with sensor VR. And that works much better and compensates for camera shake in every possible direction. So you can zoom in at that 1,000 millimeters and take really sharp and well-composed image. That's another improvement. And other than that, there's a whole bunch of things like in-camera image editing, BSI CMOS sensors being used.
What kind of editing can you do? Like cropping? Can you do?
No, you can do more creative stuff. We have done something that is, you know, a little bit of fun. You can apply makeup to faces. And first when I heard about it, I had to laugh. But when I've seen it, it's amazing. You can almost do like a magazine-style makeup application to a simple plain face. Yeah, it's just fun for some of our consumers. And of course, not to forget, one of the main features, nothing new, but Wi-Fi. As you know, everything is becoming connected, and you can see it all over the CES. Cars, washing machine, everything is becoming connected. So are our cameras. We're actually aiming in 2014 to have at least 50% of Coolpix range Wi-Fi connected.
And so, and Wi-Fi can connect up to various social networks and that kind of thing? Or?
Actually, Wi-Fi connects to your smart device. And as you know, a smart device has limitless possibilities. So rather than treating it as a threat, as many people think, we are actually taking advantage of it. You are seamlessly, without making any complicated settings, transferring images from your camera onto your smart device.
Wait, let me make sure I understand this. Like I could pull out that camera because my phone obviously has a lens about, I can't even make a, smaller than my fingernail. I could take a picture with that. It will wirelessly go into my Android phone.
Automatically.
Where I could share it through Google+.
Correct. And you can even do the pre-editing, add some creative filters.
On the camera, then take it into the phone and do it there.
Third-party apps on your phone. As you know, there's wealth of apps out there. And we're using it because, we can't suit every possible taste. Because as many people, as many tastes. So what we're trying to do is give people opportunity to use those apps to be creative, and then whether you're using Google Plus or other social network or simply want to save your photos to show it to your family later on a bigger screen on your smart device, you can do it easily.
Quick question from Cruisin' Classic. I love shooting in low light and shooting concert that the light is all over. Is there anything new in the way of ISO range for us?
Oh, good question, because that actually brings me to this camera. D3300, it now goes to incredible native 12,600 ISO. If that's not enough, which is I think plenty enough, you can push it to 25,600. That is incredible. And as you know, and as our cameras have proven, you can get pretty clean results at high ISO. So I would encourage your reader or your viewer to go ahead and use this at the concerts without the reservations. Absolutely.
Okay. Any other big questions that you could come up with?
What do you guys see as the big challenge and the big new wave in 2014?
Well,
the camera industry's changed a lot over the last years, and it's like DSLRs are high end. You're making them now for consumers.
Yeah, it is changing. I mean, first of all, the digital technology. This is not news. It became accessible to wider market, and for us it's only good news. I mean, the more people can use better cameras, I mean, even as a viewer, I'm more pleased to see good quality images on the internet, which is, of course, the most popular platform for sharing. And you know, for us, the challenge is to constantly improve these cameras, and we're doing that. Apart from that, of course, there's new technologies. There's Wi-Fi, nothing new, but believe it or not, we already had Wi-Fi camera a few years ago, but we were too early. The market wasn't even ready for that. Now they are. Everything is Wi-Fi connected.
The way in which Wi-Fi is implemented, you know, has changed over time too. Because you implement it one way and you think, oh, this will be useful for people, and a few people use it, but then they come back to you and they're like, well, we really want to be able to do it this way or that way.
And we constantly take that feedback. You know, we have platform to communicate with our users. We constantly have focus groups where we ask them questions, how they use cameras, or we observe them, and then we take that feedback and go to R&D and tell them, this is really critical to our users, let's work on it. And luckily, I mean, technology constantly evolves, and we will evolve together with it.
Very cool. All right, I got to ask, any plans for a Windows Phone app? I always get asked this question. For sync with the phone, maybe?
Yeah, everybody supports Android and iOS, but how about Windows phones? Any apps coming for
At the moment, we don't have them, but I mean, Windows as a phone operating system, as you know, is fairly new. And we need to serve as wider audience as possible. So as we're seeing that the Windows is progressing, and absolutely it's becoming more and more popular, I think we will be getting there as well. I mean, at the moment, iOS and Android are covered with our apps. Windows is next.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming to join us. Hope you guys enjoy the updates from the Nikon front, and we will be bringing you a lot more updates, so stay tuned. We got more continuing coverage here at CES 2014. Be right back.